I don't want anybody who's starving on my team. I want people who are hungry, but not starving.
Hungry and starving is a difference. What are some questions and how can they vet out these realtors to know that they're bringing on some heavy hitters on their team that could take on some of these negotiations on their behalf?
Got you. Not all realtors are built the same.
Right.
I would definitely say that. Listen, this is the reality of this industry. Well, especially on the realtor side, right? Only about 20% of realtors are actually doing most of the work. Only 20%.
Yeah.
So the other 80 only get it when they can or aren't even doing anything.
Yeah, they're still working jobs. They got 9-to-5s too.
Exactly. Now, nothing against them. They still trying to, make a living and make it out here in this market. But I would prefer a agent that has real life experience, that has experience with not only in the industry, but in the current market. So I always tell people, when you're talking to a realtor, the first question you need to be asking them outside of, what your name is, what do you like to do, what's your family, what's your background, such, because you kind of want your agent to you want to understand them, and then them also understand you, right, as a person, because you're about to make a major purchase, right?
Yeah.
Like buying a home. You want to make sure they know who you are, what you like, what you're about. You should be asking them, how long have you been licensed? And in the last 3 to 6 months, how many deals have you closed? In the last 3 to 6 months, what have you done in the last, preferably 90 days, right? In this market, you could say 6 months because the market has been pretty consistent for the last 6 months. How many deals have you closed? If they've closed only one deal in the last 6 months, probably not the agent,
That's going to get you that gas.
Yeah.
Right.
Because one, are you desperate for the deal now? Because when realtors are desperate, right, buyers don't pay realtors, sellers do. So they want to get to the close. I mean, they're motivated to get you to the closing table, but at the same time, they have to advocate for you, right? I don't want anybody who's starving on my team. I want people who are hungry, but not starving.
Hungry and starving is a difference. And
Big difference.
to give people context, like just being in the sales space, like, I've noticed a difference in my sales performance based, when I started in a new sales gig or on a new offer, not having any money versus having, a couple thousand in the bank. Is like, you gotta, your sense of urgency is different.
Exactly.
You still got the sense of urgency, like you're trying to get the deal closed and you're trying to advance. But if they not moving, if they not working on your terms, it's like, I could go to the next seller if I need to.
Exactly.
Because you're not coming with what my buyer need. I get what you're saying like that. So for the people, to give y'all the context, what he's saying is like, you want somebody that is willing to like really sit there and tell a seller like, look, my buyer, AKA you, wants XYZ. If you can't do this, we're going to find somebody else who can.
Boom, exactly.
At the end of the day.
Exactly.
That makes a lot of sense.
Exactly.
So you put out a lot of good content on TikTok, giving people these very similar tips.
Yep.
In today's market and yesterday's market, what do you feel like are like some common myths that people still are not grasping or need to get a hold of before they make this move?